Okay, so we got to change the scenery. We have a backdrop. Also, we're on video right now. This is crazy, right?
This is so crazy.
The backdrop is not centered, but that's okay.
No, it's fine.
We'll figure it out later.
It's mostly because the couch is not centered. But
that's true. Fine. Welcome back to Chaney's Tech Talk. This is episode 12, sort of this second episode of this little mini series of season 2, that kind of stuff. It's pretty cool. I'm your host, Chaney Goldstein. I'm joined alongside by co-host Zack Hanula. Zack, how are you?
I'm doing good. The whole video thing is really kind of throwing me off, but I think it's very cool.
It's very new.
It's very new. It's going to take some getting used to.
We haven't done this yet.
Yeah.
So I think with the combination of all the video stuff, now we have like these lights and stuff like that. Highly recommend following the Instagram, by the way, at Chaney's Tech Talk. Zack has been doing like setup tours and stuff like that, doing all kinds of fun stuff. Highly recommend doing that. Taking a look. We have all kinds of fun content on there. It's pretty goofy. It really is. And Zack's kind of channeling his inner at Pentucket_Tech and sort of bringing it to the Instagram, which is super cool. Speaking of Pentucket Tech, where did we even leave off from last time? Well, we kind of talked a little bit about sort of what happened right after episode 10. We talked about Clue, we talked about Newsies, and now we're sort of at the point where there was a big fire. It wasn't that big, but still, there was a fire that caused a lot of damage in the auditorium, and now we're sort of on the recovery arc almost. So we kind of talked about what happened, basically, as soon as the fire happened, the entire production cycle was completely left in shambles, when you think about it. There was Mary Poppins, which was lined up. That had to be postponed because obviously we can't use a big auditorium and, with people flying all over the place.
Right, yeah.
Can't really replicate that in the black box theater. So they had to postpone it, which at the time was, it was the most logical option to say the least. They made it work. That being said, it definitely threw a wrench in what people's ideas were. So instead of doing Mary Poppins for the spring musical, I guess, Pentucket put on 25th Annual Putnam County Spelling Bee.
Oh, it was very impressive.
Yeah.
With the little time that the actors had with learning the lines, learning the music, and that the crew had to just like throw together a set like that, it looked amazing.
I was going to say, I came back from, I think it was Easter break or something. No, it was before Easter, wasn't it?
Yeah, because Holy Cross, you have a weird...
We do. We have a weird
one.
Easter break. Yeah. It's kind of on the shorter side, I think.
Yeah.
Right? I don't even remember. I don't know. It's been too long. But the point is, I think I came up specifically for the show.
Yeah. I
think I
do
came
remember
up
that,
for the show. It was worth it. It was a great show. You guys put on some fun stuff. You guys did some all kinds of great stuff with the technical aspect of it. You guys did all kinds of cool, like, sound and lighting things. And I remember hearing a little bit about that when it was in the pipeline, sort of getting put together before the show weekend. That was pretty cool. I remember you guys did some really cool things with the mixer for the sound. You guys did some sort of like audio effects stuff using like Apple Mainstage or something.
Yeah, so we use Mainstage. The way we did it was we set up QLab to change around to change to another scene in Mainstage where we just had effects on some of the microphones.
Yeah.
So in one of the scenes where it's supposed to be, I think it's supposed to be, is it Jesus talking to one of the...
I really
think
don't
it is.
know, actually.
I think that could be so wrong. But it's like, Miss Peretti, please spell syzygy. And
okay,
it's like...
I don't know if that's Jesus that's saying
I don't think
that.
that's Jesus.
No.
There's another one.
I get what you mean,
You know
though.
what
Sort
I
of like a god-like sound effect, sort of like a flashback kind of thing.
I remember calling it the Jesus mic, though. That's what it was. That's what it was named. That's what the whole thing was. He wasn't actually telling Miss Peretti to spell syzygy. It was someone else, but...
Correct.
Oh, it's because it was slow-mo. There was slow-mo effects. So it was supposed to be like a really deep voice, and then they just talked really slow.
Yeah.
And then there was another one that was just like insane reverb, and it just sounded like you were in like a cave. Yeah. So that was for some of that stuff. So it's supposed to sound like someone is like talking down, and they're like super, loud and big and very reverb.
That's got to be kind of fun with the black box, where all the speakers, typically in like an auditorium, you have them pointing towards the audience. You kind of have that with the black box, but they're pointing down instead of like straight out, basically.
So we also had two of the speakers. I don't know what you would call those speakers.
Like on the sides?
Yeah, we had 2 side
Oh,
speakers.
I didn't even know about
and
that.
Then we had monitors, the smaller ones.
Yeah.
For the music for the actors.
Gotcha.
And then we also used the sound system in the black box.
Yeah.
And a lot of that was really creative because we were able to move around like where the audio was coming from. So for those scenes, we stopped using the monitors and the 2 stage speakers, and it was just coming down from the top.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah, you guys did some really cool stuff. I remember after the show, Mr. Ruby was showing me around, sort of giving me like a mini tour, that kind of a stuff. It was a lot of fun. It was cool to kind of see everything. But that was also the first time that I saw Pentucket after the fire, because I basically didn't go into that building for like 4 months or something because I was just busy. But it was the first time I saw the auditorium sort of like in shambles. It had the like air recirculator thing running. It was a whole thing. It was a lot of stuff. It was really, really cool though to see what you guys put together in the short amount of time. You guys did not have a lot of time.
No, there really wasn't. I can't remember what the time frame was, but like I said, it was very. I'm extremely impressed with the actors, because for us, like, it was just, like a lot of this. Some of the stuff is already built, some of it's not. Like, it was just a lot of painting.
Yeah.
A lot of weekend work.
Oh yeah.
But for the actors, the amount of time it takes to memorize some stuff is just ridiculous.
I was gonna say that was basically they had to purge an entire show that they just learned, Mary Poppins.
Exactly.
Purge everything from their minds about that in their at the time temporarily.
Yeah.
Thinking that they'd do it again at some point. They had to get rid of that and then learn a completely different show, which turned out really, really well. It was great how it turned out.
It was amazing, yeah.
It was just a lot of stuff for them to do. But they pulled it off. It was a really, really fun show.
Yeah.
Super entertaining from the audience. The audience got to participate a little bit.
I forgot about that.
I was going to say they pulled some people from the audience, which is always super fun. I went to the one where Ronan got pulled.
Yeah.
Ronan. Hi, Ronan. Ronan, if you're actually watching this, which you might be, I don't know, tell us, because we'd appreciate that. I don't know. Do you have a message for Ronan? I don't know.
Ronan.
Oh God.
I hope the troll comes at Bridgewater.
Yeah.
I hope he does.
Oh my God, that'd be crazy. That would be an incredible situation, to say the least. I don't know, but
better send me a postcard, Ronan.
Send a postcard. Yeah. Well, obviously, Spelling Bee was the main production that Pentucket put on. That wasn't the only thing that Pentucket Tech was responsible for.
Right.
With the auditorium kind of not being available, there was still plenty of stuff going on. There were a lot of music concerts that happened, a lot of things that the music and theater department put on. But all things considered, I think the biggest production that Pentucket Tech put on without the auditorium was probably Graduation. To be honest.
Honestly, yeah.
It was such a big production. We did all kinds of like lighting and pretty good sound, actually.
It was really incredible. And I think a lot of it was recycled, you know what I mean? Like everything was set up, and then it was everything back to back. It was Promenade.
Right.
It was Promenade, Senior Banquet.
That's right.
Or sorry, awards.
Yeah, all
awards.
like all the other events that they throw on.
All of those ones.
So many events.
Yeah. It was crazy. And then Graduation, and then you have like I don't even know what the capacity of the gym is.
It's pretty big. It might actually, don't quote me on it. It might be bigger than the auditorium, but I don't know.
I just had such an issue opening my water.
Oh my God.
This is so hard to do.
It's fine. I think it's a little bit bigger than the auditorium. I don't know how much bigger.
I feel like it's like in maybe 1,000.
Probably.
1,000 seats.
That wouldn't surprise me. It's a very big space. Graduation in 2025 was incredible. We did all kinds of stuff. Zack ran sound for it. I ran actually the video for it, which was super, super fun.
That was cool. I remember that.
We did so much fun stuff. That was really cool.
It was a very fun graduation.
We did like live at the green carpet. So we did sort of, because
we had the Chaney cam.
We did have the Chaney cam.
And we ran it off of Chaney Net.
That was really really funny. So for some context, Graduation 2025 got rained out. So we weren't able to put it up at Pentucket Stadium, like the football field up at the top of the campus, basically.
Right.
So instead, what we did was, typically, if a graduation is rained out, we'd hold it in the auditorium. The auditorium wasn't available, obviously, so instead our compromise was to hold it in the gymnasium, which worked out pretty well. There was all kinds of like stuff we had to do in terms of lugging equipment in and that kind of stuff.
I mean, things were already...
There were things that were there.
Things were already set up for
promenade,
because we decided to hold that
kind of stuff. Too. Exactly, yeah. So it ended up working out really well. It looked amazing. The tech aspect of it was incredible, though. So the Live at the Green Carpet thing, because it was rained out, we wanted to do a little something special, basically. So we did Live at the Green Carpet, which was the class president sort of like talking into a microphone. I think at that point it was a fake mic. I don't think we had a real mic yet.
Yeah, no, it wasn't real.
It was a fake mic, but we had the class president in like the other side of the building, basically.
Right.
Interviewing students from the class, from the graduating class. It was really fun, and it went a lot better than we thought it would go.
I was very surprised.
The way that it worked is we essentially were set up so that video can happen in the location that like our main computer is. So we have an iMac that's set up just for broadcasting, basically. It's got OBS Studio on it. We just have that go straight to YouTube. And we use a couple capture cards to get these cameras into OBS out to YouTube. Actually, interestingly enough, these cameras that we're using for the wide shots.
The same.
Well, not for the wide
cameras.
shots, for the side shots, though. Yeah, for the close-ups. These are the cameras that you've seen on graduation. In fact, this is probably the one that we used for the main angle, which is really cool.
Yeah.
They're pretty good cameras, I will say. These are pretty fun.
Normally, they would have the wireless HDMI on top. The wide camera, we would have it would just plug straight into the iMac.
Into the iMac, yeah.
And then the other one, we would have the wide
for
the zoom and everything.
Exactly, which was super cool. We got to like literally bring the camera like to the other side of the gym during the ceremony, basically, just to change sides of the stage.
Yeah, it's very cool.
It was so fun. It was so cool. But we actually didn't use these cameras for Live at the Green Carpet. So this is sort of like an exposure thing. So no one really knew about it unless you were there. But Live at the Green Carpet was filmed with a cell phone connected to some weird like home mesh Wi-Fi network, and then a giant Ethernet cable run across the hallway of like the dining commons and stuff like that into the gymnasium.
It was really cool that we were able to pull that off.
It was so cool that we pulled it off, but it was so jank at the same time.
Was.
But it was
how many feet of Ethernet do you think we ran?
Oh God, too much. It must have been like 100 feet.
I think it was 100.
Probably more.
I think it was probably like 200. It was like probably like
a couple hundred feet. Yeah,
because we ran a lot. Yeah, we ran it pretty far.
We did
because and then the main was it the modem pretty much for your network.
Yeah, so I think
plugged that into where did we plug it into? Is it Mr. Jake's room?
Remember, I think we plugged it into Mr. Jake's room.
Right.
Yeah. So
I remember interrupting his class, and he was like, "What's happening?" I told him it was for science, and he was like, "Oh, okay."
We love Mr. Jake's.
Yeah.
What a guy.
Then for the mesh the routers, like the boosters, you just kind of plug those into the wall, right?
Yes. So what we used a TP-Link Deco. I think it was an M3 system. So it used the M4R. We used the M4R for like the main primary router, and then we used a couple M3Ws for like repeaters almost, which wasn't. I mean, it wasn't the best. Don't get me wrong. It was like a very budget Wi-Fi system even at the time.
Right.
But it was pretty good, all things considered. It worked pretty okay. The camera that we used, was a Pixel 6a that I had for sale on eBay. If someone literally could have bought the Pixel 6a as I was using it for the live stream, and then I'm really good at like quickly selling the stuff or like quickly shipping everything.
Right.
That would not have happened if they bought it in the middle of the ceremony. I can tell you that now. It was really.
It was cool.
It was a lot. It was cool.
You should play a clip from that.
Yeah, here's a clip right now from Live at the Green Carpet, basically. Super fun. Super fun time.
For the glorious class of 2025. Let's meet some of the graduates.
I don't know how I'm going to do this with the audio version, but maybe I'll play the audio from it or something.
I like old school.
Old school?
I have to say old school.
Old school. Both great. How are we doing today, sir?
Not too bad.
Not bad. Favorite teacher? Who we got?
I don't have a number one off the top of my head, but I think Mr. Casey might be the GOAT.
He's a great one. We gotta love Mr. Casey, you know? We doing?
Good.
What do we think? Best track performance from Owen Corkery.
Best track performance. It's going to be Division 5 relays last year, junior year.
Gotta love it.
Gotta love it.
So that's just a little bit of a glimpse into Live at the Green Carpet, that kind of stuff. It was really, really cool.
It was really cool.
Pixel 6a, I didn't even talk about how the Pixel 6a connected to the rest of the live stream. We used NDI, so it's sort of a protocol by New Tech, I want to say. Super, super cool, like low latency video over IP. I think it's proprietary, but it's not like super, super proprietary. So it was like an app that cost $20 or something on the App Store. It was expensive, but it was pretty good quality. It was really, really good quality, and it was low latency video, which was the super important thing. We didn't want high latency or anything like that. If we wanted high latency, we would have done like a Zoom call or something. But it was low latency video over like a home network in like access point mode or something. I don't even know. It was really cool though.
No, you're right. I do remember that because
the fact that we got everything working in like a day, not even like probably just a few hours.
Mm-hmm.
Because really cool.
Because we were running wire during the school day. You remember that?
We were. Yeah, we did run wire.
Because then we had to like pause for a second.
Oh, that's true.
Because
the bell would ring. Yeah, the bell would ring, and then people would be walking in the hallway, and they'd be like,
can't do anything.
What's this wire doing here? What's going on?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna skip class. No, don't skip class. Don't skip class, please. But it was really, really fun. It was so cool that we got that all done. Did a new live streaming like graphics package as well.
Right,
I was very proud of that.
That was when we
actually
started doing the lower third, right?
So we did the lower third for a while, but that's when I did like an animated lower third for him.
Yeah.
Canva, which is good and bad. It's like fine. It's okay. I made them in Canva. It works. For me, that's not custom making them every single time. I had to kind of do something easy to modify.
Yeah.
Which thankfully we got with that, which was really, really cool. But I think it turned out really, really well. I mean, the camera shots were clean. The audio sounded great both on the live stream and
it really did. I was so impressed with the with how it was over the network.
Yeah, it turned out really, really well. It was a really, really cool sight into sort of how everything worked together in such a short amount of time, because we got those cameras. I think we got the cameras because we were doing theater in the black box. Yeah, that was like one of the main reasons why we got them. I'm pretty sure. Yeah,
and then we ended up buying the wireless HDMI too.
We did. That was really, really fun.
Yeah,
we looked into buying wireless HDMI because we wanted a way to use two cameras, but not necessarily right next to the computer, both of them, which proved really, really helpful because we had the wireless HDMI before Live at the Green Carpet, but it really shined after Live at the Green Carpet. Actually, we really used that wireless HDMI for Live at the Green Carpet this past year in 2026, which we'll talk about later on in this sort of recovery series. But it proved really, really useful though in the long run.
It did, yeah.
All kinds of stuff. You see wireless HDMI all the time in like sports broadcasting, that kind of a thing. But even for our sort of like smaller scale productions and such, it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool. And not that expensive, actually.
No, I was really surprised. Was it $300 for the...
I think so. It wasn't bad.
Yeah.
We actually just upgraded our wireless HDMI too, interestingly enough. But even the old stuff, it still works really well.
Right.
It's just to add some extra flexibility, that kind of a thing. Which, I think is a really good way to sort of describe everything that happened. I mean, this whole thing with the whole auditorium fire and all that kind of thing really shows how flexible everyone has been throughout this entire sort of saga, from from a event venue being just like ripped away from their hands basically as soon as we were about to do some really cool stuff, but sort of the passion that everyone has to keep going, the resilience that everyone has to learn a new show in a short amount of time, block the whole thing, learn the music, everything that you could think of to put on an entire production, they managed to do with Spelling Bee. And we managed to do some really, really cool stuff for graduation as well that doesn't involve the theater program or the music department or anything like that. It just really goes to show that people are very, very dedicated to the craft of technology.
It's true.
Which is super, super cool to see.
Really cool,
It's
really
so
impressive.
Fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so incredible. So many younger faces as well that are sort of getting involved in the tech program that are really helping out and helping this come to be, providing their own input, helping out, making sure that everything is looking as great as it could. It's really amazing to see the support that we're getting from both students, faculty, administration. It makes us really think, what's next? Speaking of what's next, there's all kinds of stuff that we have to talk about on this show that we can't necessarily get to today, but I promise we have a lot of great stuff in store. With graduation, we sort of wrap up the 2024-2025 academic year, and we start moving on to 2025-2026 with 3 productions, a bunch of new tech, and all kinds of great things to discuss.
Chaney.
Yeah?
That was a beautiful segue, by the way.
Oh, thank you so much, Zach. We have all kinds of fun stuff to talk about. Next up, we're going to be talking a little bit about Anything Goes, Macbeth, and then sort of when we sort of migrated over to the spring musical for 2026, Bright Star. It was a super fun production with all kinds of great things going for it. That being said, Macbeth and Anything Goes had plenty of amazing tech and set design, which we're going to talk about in the next episode. Zach, is there anything else that I left out, you think?
I really don't think so. I think you covered it all.
There we go. Well,
beautiful.
Thank you so much for listening to episode 12 of Chaney's Tech Talk. If you want to hear more, be sure to subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, any of your favorite podcasting apps. Obviously, as this is a video, all of our old episodes are on YouTube, but this episode especially will be on YouTube as well. Let us know how the video aspect turned out. I think it added a little bit of a new dynamic to this whole podcasting thing.
I mean, I like it.
I think it's
good.
pretty cool.
I think it's
yeah,
really good.
I think it's pretty good.
I think it's a little more engaging than
I agree, especially for the clip farming.
Podcast.
The clip farming is going to be so much easier
clip farming
now.
So much.
Oh, it's going to be insane.
Have all of it because if you're watching a reel on Instagram or TikTok, it's never just an audio and it's like holy clip farm. It's like obviously it's just I don't know. It's like
Holy
Jinxie like forget like on purpose forgetting to like take off the cap of his water bottle. He's like, oh, that's why it's not working. It's like that.
There you go.
You can't do that if it's only audio.
I know, you really can't, but that's okay. We're going to clip farm the heck out of this episode. It's going to be great. This episode and the next episode, guys. Stay tuned for episode 13. It is coming out next week on, I don't know what day of the week it is. I think it's the 20th, or it's Friday, but I think it's the 24th.
It's a Friday show, Chaney.
It's a Friday show. I know, it's a Friday show. It's a Friday show. Guys, subscribe to Chaney's Tech Talk. Stay tuned for the next one. We'll see you there.